Equipment in data centers consists of servers, storage, and networking equipment. All of these contain circuit boards containing processing chips and resistors that generate heat. However, recently, due to greater adoption of GPUs instead of CPUs, the amount of heat generated is now significantly higher. Liquid cooling refers to a range of technologies that can be directed at the chip, rack, or immersion cooling level. Basically, it involves using a liquid solution in some way to ameliorate the heat being generated from the IT equipment in a data center. The average rack densities in most data centers are continuing to rise. In data centers dedicated to AI, particularly LLM training, the rack densities are rising to average levels not seen before. The industry expects this trend of average rack densities to continue to increase over time, and liquid cooling will be the only viable solution long term. At very high levels of average rack density, immersion cooling is the only solution, so these trends are looking to future-proof construction. There are two ways of looking at this. Firstly, because of the high efficiency of the liquid cooling fluid, rack power densities can increase to above 300 kilowatts per rack with immersion cooling, which when compared to an air-only solution at a maximum of around 25 kilowatts per rack, results in huge increases in the electricity supplied to each rack. However, secondly, the energy used to cool the IT hardware is significantly reduced on a kilowatt basis. Traditional air-cooled racks in APAC can operate between a PUE of 1.3 to 1.8. Depending on the design of the data center and the geographic location, but when using immersion cooling, PUEs of as low as 1.05 have been achieved in proof of concept installations. Retrofits are always challenging because there are so many elements of an existing data center that are difficult or sometimes impossible to change, with the structural capacity being a good example. With rack densities increasing, requiring higher electrical distribution and cooling capacities, the move to liquid cooling requires upgrades to the mechanical and electrical systems. But the structural weight loading is the most significant required change. Traditionally, the industry was building data centers with 12 kilonewtons per meter squared structural design, but the higher rack densities has pushed that requirement to 20 kilonewtons per meter squared.